tail beam, we call it. It's got the solid granite tail bearing in it, which was made by J.A. Clifts in Paarl and donated to this project. It lies over at 10 degrees because the whole wind shaft lies at 10 degrees. It's also adjustable left and right so that we can get the alignment of the wind shaft exactly square with the building, otherwise there'll be a tendency for it to push one way or the other. This is the short stretcher, not too short, at 6.5 meters long, and built into it is the rear gable. The rear gable's got a window which can be removed entirely. It's got a storm hatch on the right hand side, another one on the left hand side, which also has the aperture for the brake lever. Those parts were saved from the ashes after the fire, so those will be original. Naturally, we'll have to make a new long brake lever which passes right through and sticks out at an angle at the back of the mill with a chain on it. This is called the sprattle beam, and this hole is dead center in the mill. So whichever way the cap faces into the wind or out of the wind, stays dead central. So to achieve that, we've naturally attached the ring underneath the frame centrally to that hole there. The vertical shaft is supported there, through there, and in order to make sure that the final adjustment of the sprattle beam, we are able to move it fore and aft with this pair of wedges, or left and right with this pair of wedges, and that wedge is specially tapered so that it doesn't fall out. At the beginning of the project, John from Floors Cape contacted me and said that he had an old pile of wood which was looking for a job such as this. It was worm-eaten, no problem about that, worms from years and years ago, probably from some maritime use. It's either eki or belinga. Certainly belinga is a very popular wood as used in mill writing in Holland, and we are delighted that the wood that he has supplied is worm-eaten like this, because it makes the whole place, although this was all built in this last year, 2022, it looks as if it was built many, many years ago. These are called outriggers, and they're really just there to support this ring, which is where the roof structure will rest. But under them, under the outriggers and under the big shears, is a wooden ring which is like the inside race of a ball bearing, because the very first thing we're going to lift onto the tower today is the Kerb ring. That's like a round rail which is fixed to the top of the tower. This whole frame will rest on it, and this ring will act as that centralizing inner race to make sure whichever way the whole cap frame is pointed into the wind or deliberately out of the wind, it's always dead center. This is the Kerb. This is like a wooden rail which will be fixed just now to the top of the tower. It will be smeared with lard on the top. Otherwise, it's got a sponge layer underneath now already, which will make sure that when it rests on the cement at the top of the tower, it'll keep out any possibility of water getting in from the outside.
Have you put there some more?
I really was really worried, but it just dropped over the studs just perfectly.
Oh, okay.
So what are they chipping off now?
Very well now.
Still happy?
No, it doesn't fit.
Oh, stop! Wow, waarom moet ik draaien? Daarom net zo, ja. Nou, af. Dan is het nog. Ja?
perfect.
Everything was perfect.
Of course.
Went together like a little jigsaw puzzle. Everything just slotted in.
Fantastic.
We are thankful to UCT for the scan.
Could you have done it without that scan?
Of course.
We could have, but it would have been very difficult.
But we checked back to the scan quite a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the scan was made life a lot easier.
Well
done, Andy.
Well done, guys. Yeah,
So you're happy, Andy?
very, very, very happy. Yeah, we want to tune the rings a little bit between one ring and the other before fixing the curb ring down. But otherwise, very, very, very happy. Everything worked very well.
Great, and it's early in the day too, eh? Amazing, despite the late start with the crane problem.
Yeah, they were just, we had everything ready for the crane, and there were just 6 lifts, and
Yes, we've had an extremely successful day at the mill today with 5 lifts. Everything's gone according to plan. The only plan that didn't work out was where the crane came in, and then eventually the crane came in the front gate, and we're very happy with today's progress.
And what's the next step, John?
The next step is to put in the floors, to get the inside furniture done. The stones have got to go back in. Basically the inside of the mill, that's the next job, what has to go inside.
And when will the thatch roof be done?
As soon as possible.
Is that done before you start doing the inside furniture?
Yes, we want a dry place inside.